Hello, what up? It's John, your movie madman, and So, I've got two films to show you today. Now, I've been through this franchise quite a bit with you guys, but there's a lot of them, so what can I say? Technically, I've still got 5 that I haven't got, so there could be more of these videos to come, just to warn you. But today we're going to talk about this load of shit, Hellraiser Revelations, and this mediocre Hellraiser Judgment. This is 9 and 10. I'm going to start with Hellraiser Revelations. Now this is Hellraiser 9. This film, without a doubt, will go down in my books as possibly one of the worst films I've ever seen. And I've seen it twice, and it didn't get any better the second time. Well, it didn't get any better the second time. This is easily the worst film in the franchise as well. Pinhead is not really in it at all. I mean, the film's an hour and 17 minutes long, and he's probably in about 7 minutes of it, if that. The guy that played Pinhead in Hellraiser 1 to 8 refused to do this film because he said when he read the script it felt like he'd only read half a film, and to be fair, when you watch it you feel like you've only watched half a movie. I mean, it's an hour and 17 minutes long, and that's including opening credits and closing credits, so good one, whoever made this. I mean, it's got 2.7 on IMDb. That's probably one of the lowest, probably is the lowest rated film on IMDb that I own. So I mean, not that IMDb ratings are solid ratings, because they're all down to public opinion, but I listen to the public sometimes. Not a lot of the time. I'm really glad that I didn't enjoy this film, because before I watched it the first time I heard that it was a load of shit, and I was like, I better not enjoy this film, because I saw how low the rating was. I read everything about how bad the script was and stuff, and I was like, if I enjoy this film, this is gonna give me a lot of bad rep. But yeah, I didn't like this, so it's alright. You guys can still be my friends. When the film starts, though, you literally feel like you've missed like the first half an hour. You know, you're gonna introduce these characters to us, you're just gonna literally just dropped straight in the middle. You have no idea what's going on, and then I think as the film goes on they try to explain what happened at the beginning, and I think they kind of get to explain what happened at the beginning, which is alright. And then there's this stupid little twist about halfway through the film, which I won't tell you. You actually have to go and watch it if you want to find out what that is. There's this stupid little twist about halfway through the film, and then, well, I say that, it feels about halfway through the film there's a stupid little twist, and then the film just stops. Like, there's no warning that the film's going to stop. When I first saw this for the first time and the film stopped, I was just like, oh, there's something wrong with my player. And then the credits started, and I was like, oh, that's it, great. Literally stops, no warning whatsoever, doesn't give you any explanations or anything like that. So all in all, it's pretty poo, or even horrible poo. It's horrible poo, go with that. Not a very positive one, that, but if you'd seen it you'd understand. So, but I'll tell you what, on the upside, moving on to this one, Hellraiser Judgment. Now, the guy who played Pinhead in 1 to 8 doesn't play Pinhead in this. But to be fair, the guy who plays Pinhead in this is alright. It's better than the guy who plays Pinhead in the other one, although you don't really see him in the other one. Pinhead's got a lot more screen time in this, so that was a thumbs up for me. That's a good start. You know, you actually get to see the villain, so that's good. This is a massive step up from Hellraiser 9, I tell you that. You watch Hellraiser 9 and see how bad it is, it will make you never want to watch a Hellraiser film ever again. So you watch Hellraiser 10, you think it's going to be worse, but it's not. is so much better. It has a beginning, a middle and an end. The beginning is a little bit odd, I'll tell you that. There's like a fat man, it's basically judgment. The characters are being judged. Funny that. The characters are being judged in this one, and this guy like types up all the naughty things that people have done, and then this fat guy comes out of nowhere. He gets a bottle, like a little bottle that's full of children's tears, right? Sprinkles it over the document and then eats it. You're like, bit weird, bit freaky, I'll tell you that. And then these random naked girls come out of nowhere and start eating the clothes of the person who's tied to a table, and you're like, okay. So you might feel like you need counselling after watching this film, but I think it did really well. It's got a good story, this one, which I won't go into. I mean, the acting's still pretty bad, but the acting's pretty bad in all of them, to be fair. From 1 to 10, I wouldn't have said they were the best acted horror films, but horror films like this very rarely are. So what can I say? Get some better actors. Yeah, that's why when you see some of the remakes and it's got more famous actors in them, they look a little bit better. Jamie Lee Curtis is a good actress. I think she does well when she's in horror films. Maybe they should get her to be in Hellraiser. I did hear they're releasing a reboot of Hellraiser now, and Pinhead's going to be played by a woman. I don't know about that. We'll see how we go. Nothing can be as bad as Hellraiser 9. Hellraiser 10 was good. I quite liked Hellraiser 10. Out of 1 to 10, number 10 for me would probably come 4th or 5th. So that's quite a stretch. It's quite a stretch. Some of the older ones aren't that great, but they're still fun to watch, whereas Revelations is really bad and it's not fun to watch. You just sit there with your hand in your face for most of it. I face palmed more during Hellraiser Revelations than I did watching 50 Shades of Grey, and that's a lot of face palming. That's when you do this, because you're embarrassed that you're watching it even though there was no one else there. That film's so bad I wouldn't even watch it with my friends, I don't think. And I love showing bad films to my friends, but they're bad because they're funny. This is bad because it's crap, but this is alright. So definitely do watch Hellraiser 10 if you like the others. I mentioned a minute ago there about bad films and awful films. There is a difference, and I have got a video that I'm going to do soon about bad films versus awful films versus terrible films, and the difference between the three, because there are 3 different kinds of bad films. So I will be going through them one day with you. I'll probably talk about Hellraiser 9 again for that video, but that's coming up. That's not this video. This video's over. I don't know if you could tell because I put the Blu-ray down. Thanks for watching. If you could like this video, and if you could subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, that would be great. Just click on it. It's not hard, is it? Thank you. You're really nice. I'm gonna go now. Goodbye.